heartbreaking loss. This 5-year-old is Jack Natzke. He passed away unexpectedly last September, died of a mystery illness, and his family continues to heal now. Joining us live is Renee Natzke, Jack's mom, and their pastor, David Hatch. Thank you guys so much for being with us. You know, Renee, this has to be extremely hard for you. Can you tell us, first of all, just talk about Jack. Tell us who he was.
Jack was an energetic, affectionate little boy who loved his family, his friends, the farm, and sports. And he was just a bundle of joy. And sure do miss him.
And he passed in September.
Yes.
Still, do you know what caused the death?
No, we don't.
Just
he had flu-like symptoms on September 9th, and the next day we took him into the hospital because he wasn't himself, was hallucinating a little bit, and just was not right. And several days later, his brain had degenerated. So that's all they really could tell us, was that it was a rare, rapid brain degeneration.
I mean, this is something your family could never, ever expect. How did you guys cope with this? How did you deal with something like that?
Well, we have a very strong faith, which has helped us a lot. You know, in the hospital, pastor was there every day. We had the community came out for the prayer vigil, and that just helped us get us through those days. And just a lot of support is what helps.
Now, Pastor Dave, what was it like seeing that community rallying behind this family?
I don't know how you can put that in a few words, Cassandra. Really powerful, moving. And a lot of folks came out. There was a candlelight vigil under the canopy at St. Vincent Hospital, and a lot of prayers went up.
Absolutely.
And we had to yield to whatever our Lord wanted, even though we didn't want it that way.
Renee, you've been doing a lot of work helping other parents cope. You guys just sat in on a panel just within the last week talking about grief and how to deal with it. What do you do when something like this happens, unexpected? What do you do?
It comes as a shock.
Yeah.
You know, and I've learned from this experience that, you know, grief is not, there's no expiration date for it.
Yeah.
You know, many people think that it's, you know, in time I'm going to get over this, and
That's
it's really
what they say,
not.
time heals.
Yes,
it doesn't.
It doesn't, because we will always have that heartache in our hearts, you know. And I think it's important, the grief panel that we did was a good opportunity, because there's a lot of hurting people out there.
Yeah.
And for us to, you know, have our experiences, those of us that were on the panel, have our experiences and share that with people who are hurting themselves, or also people that were curious and maybe, you know, they're just wondering about what grief really is.
Now, Pastor, so many times people say to stay strong, be strong. Is it okay to be weak, to grieve, to show that, to be sad?
I think that's normal. That's being a human. And anger's part of that too. And those folks that study that, observe it, and go through it would tell us that anger part it's part of that painful walk.
Do you need that anger part, I feel like, to move forward?
I would say not necessarily. There's moments of anger, little spurts of anger, like for me, for example. But a lot of people are angry, and that's something that, you know, you have to deal with, and you have to walk through that grief.
What lessons have you learned from Jack's story, from talking to different people in our community?
Oh my
what
goodness.
lessons have you learned?
I think I feel very blessed. You know, I was blessed to have my son for almost 6 years, and I think that, you know, for our whole family, just how special he was to us. And really, it's given me a new sense of purpose, I guess, to help other people, which also helps me, you know, helps me heal.
I don't know how you can be so strong. You know, Pastor, any advice for anybody out there watching who may be dealing with the loss or grieving themselves? What would you tell them? How do you help them?
Well, that's kind of a hard question, isn't it, right?
Yeah.
We talked the other night about it's like being seasick. And you can wear a smile on the outside, and but have this seasickness you're going through like that. It's grief. So how do you hang on, but gather support around you? And it's okay to cry and have your church, if you have that, and your friends, and you talked about that at the panel discussion. People would say, "What can we do to help?" And then to say, you can do this. I'll leave my dirty laundry on the front steps, and you come and get it, and you will have helped me. And those kind of things, and so many others,
Just ask what they can do to help you. All right, wonderful, wonderful information. Thanks for being with us. Renee, you are so strong. Thank you so much. And again, we have a Jack Natzke Kids Run that is coming up, the very first one on Saturday, September 17th. So be sure to mark your calendars. Green Bay Trinity Lutheran School is going to be hosting that. For more information, just visit our website and click on this story. Well, if you will not be home